Well, thank you for signing up for Aflac today, and just like a spare tire in your trunk, I hope you never have to use it, but should an unexpected situation come along, like a major injury or some kind of major illness, you're going to be very thankful that you signed up today. So congratulations. I noticed that you signed up for your spouse as well. Where does he work? Can you tell me? Okay, great. Do you happen to know with that company whether they offer Aflac to their employees to protect themselves financially in a situation like we just talked about here? They don't. Do you happen to know who the business owner is over there? Oh, we do. Would they knows you pretty well, pretty much, by and who you are, by your first name and so forth. So I wonder if you could possibly help me. The reason I'm asking is that I found that unless I'm introduced to an owner of a particular business by someone he or she knows, the chances of me getting in are relatively slim, because they just don't like to take a call from someone out of the blue. But if I were to mention your name, and as Mr. Smith over that company knows you fairly well, most likely he'll pick up your call. So would you be kind enough to call Mr. Smith and tell him that I will be making a call to him so I can set up an appointment with him? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, I'd like to call Mr. Smith by next Thursday. So can I call you by next Wednesday to see if that would give you significant enough time to maybe get in contact with him and let him know that I'll be giving him a call, so that at least he takes my call? Would you do that for me? I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Mr. Business Owner, listen, we've completed the enrollment with your employees. I just wanted to stop by to briefly say thank you for giving your employees an opportunity to protect themselves against the financial burden that's brought on by an injury or an illness, and by using Aflac. So thank you very, very much. I was wondering if I could ask for a bit of feedback from you, if it's okay. Was everything done to your level of satisfaction and according to the expectations that I set with you prior to the actual enrollment? Did you feel good about it? Would you make any recommendations as to how we may have done it a little bit better? Okay, great. Well, thank you. Well, what I want to do is I want to set future expectations as well. I'm going to be coming by on a periodic basis and to make sure that your invoices are correct, to make sure if you have any claims, questions, because we want your employees to come to me, not to you, and want to make sure if any employee was terminated, so we can make sure that they continue to keep Aflac, because they can keep it at the same rate. And if you have any new hires, I'll be happy to come in and make sure that we cover them with the same program I covered your employees right now. Now, I was wondering if you could help me with something. For us to reach business owners and to be able to meet someone at the level that you are, it's very, very difficult, because typically when we walk into a business or we give them a call, they don't like to take a call from strangers out of the blue. So I was wondering if you would be kind enough to maybe help me with some business owners that you know, that maybe you golf with, or go meet at meetings, or part of an association or something, that you know that if I mention your name, they'd at least allow me to stop by and give them a brochure and tell them what it is that we do. Could you do that for me? Great. I brought a list of people in your industry, and I noticed that there's an association of all different kind of members in the general area, and I was wondering if you recognize any of these names on this list in particular. Oh, okay. You know that one and that one? Anyone? Who are the ones that you know the best? You know those three the best. Okay, great. Could you help me with something? Would you be kind enough to give them a call and let them know that I'll be calling them, so they'll at least pick up my call? All right, thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. Well, I'm going to call the first one on the list here next Thursday. So what I'd like to do is call back you on Wednesday, and if I don't know if it was better for you in the morning or afternoon, whatever's better, I'll call you back and see if you have an opportunity to let them know that I will be calling them. Would that be okay if I touch base with you on Wednesday or Thursday for that? Thank you very, very much. I truly do appreciate it. You know, Joe, you really are a very good friend of mine, and one of the things I wanted to do, and I thank you for taking a few minutes to go through this brochure with me, I wanted to show you what it is that we do and how we can help people in the event of a major injury or bout with cancer or heart attack, stroke, and so forth. And cancer is the one that's near and dear to my heart, because I actually lost a sister to cancer. But I was wondering if you could help me with something. At your place of business, do you know the business owner fairly well? Oh, you do? Okay. If I stop by there next Tuesday, would it be, say at the end of work, would it be okay if you would, before you leave, would you walk me down and introduce me to the owner so I can give them my card and maybe see if I can set an appointment? Would you do that for me? Thank you. Mrs. Smith, this is Bill Henry from Aflac. I just wanted to follow up to make sure that you received your claim money we sent to you in the last couple of days. Did you receive that okay? Do you have any questions? Anything in particular? Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to be of service to you. We really appreciate that. I wonder if I may ask you a question. Do you happen to know a friend or any relative or anyone that's close to you that owns a business that if I were to call them and introduce myself and mention your name, that they would allow me to stop by with a brochure? Do you happen to know anybody like that? Okay, may I ask you a favor? Would you be kind enough to call that person and let them know that I will be giving them a call? So they're not taking the call out of the blue. Would that be okay with you? Well, what I'd like to do is call Ms. Smith next week on Thursday, if that's okay. Would it be okay if I touch base with you by Wednesday to make sure you have an opportunity to speak with them so they take my call? Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Hello, Joe. Hi, this is Bill Henry. I'm your Aflac rep. We met a few months back when we enrolled you with Aflac at the XYZ company. I spoke to your HR director about some other issue. She mentioned that you moved on, maybe you want to move into a different position somewhere. I just wanted to follow up. Have you found a new job yet, or are you still looking for another position? Oh, you have. Good for you. Good for you. I've got good news. Well, listen, you signed up. You got a very competitive rate, and one of the things about Aflac is you get to keep that rate for the rest of your life. So would you still like to be able to take advantage of that? I can get you set up so you can keep that at the same exact rate. Okay, great. All right, listen, where do you work right now? What's the name of the company? How about if I stop by next Tuesday? I can make it even better for you. Stop by Tuesday, say when you finish work, say 5 o'clock or so, and if you walk me down, introduce me to the business owner and see if I can get it set up for you on pre-tax. Will that work for you? Okay, great, thanks.